Hi, welcome to Dice Control Dojo. I'm Phil and I practice every day and share my tips so we can all get better at the casino. Today we're talking about tipping. Why do we tip? What types of tips are there available that are easy peasy? And we want to talk about the dealers, and that's a whole discussion tomorrow. But tipping is, I wanted to start first so that we can explain it and make sure you understand the importance of tipping. Uh, Today is day 10, my last roll, which I'm showing you right here on how I'm doing. And I'm going to put together all the statistics and everything and share with you in another video 2 days from now. So I'm going to share my results and break them down, and hopefully it's a positive experience so that we have something good. But more importantly, I hope we're very close to Vegas, and I hope I can apply all these principles and everything that I do to Vegas. And once again, I want to thank everybody who's been commenting, liking, sharing their stories with me. Really appreciate it. And what I've learned in this journey is how watching back these videos on how important it is to practice and get that muscle memory down. Because even though I've been practicing every day, I still have good days and bad days, which gives me reason to get to a coaching session and making sure that I'm on the right track moving forward. So when you usually go to a coaching session, they'll tweak you, and then I work on that for 6 months before I go crazy at a casino. So hopefully I can apply what I've learned from my wonderful coaches I've had over the years and my mentors, my craps crew that has been wonderful to me on helping me through this. And hopefully we all come back enjoying a very wonderful, expensive steak in Vegas. That's what I'm hoping for. We want a really, really expensive steak dinner to enjoy our winnings. So let's hope that happens. So, tipping. Let's talk about tipping. So, if you've watched my videos forever or not at all, you'll always notice here is I have my $15 pass line bet, and then I have $2 over here. So one of our coaches suggested this, and it's a wonderful idea, I think, for helping the dealers. So why do we want to help the dealers? Well, they get paid crap, right? And tipping helps them with their living, right? And the service they're providing on the payouts and making sure the table's running well. They make sure they're doing a lot, and I'll get into dealers tomorrow on why they're important and what you need to do. And the most important thing I can say is you need to tip the dealers, okay? Now, I know if you've lost your shirt, you don't want to tip them. And with them, 80% of the people lose money at a casino, right? 90 maybe. So there's a lot of non-tipping going on. So I want to do some tipping. I also don't want to think about tipping. I don't want to be worried about the tipping all the time. I want to just make sure that my tipping is being done and they're getting the benefits of that. So there's a couple things I do. You don't have to do this. It's just my suggestions. I'm sure there's 50 other things out there for tipping, but I'm just trying to show you just some basic stuff that I do. I put $2. You can put whatever you want, a dollar, $2 each on my pass line bet, and then a dollar beside it. Now, what does that do for you? So say I hit the point, right? They're going to pay me for the pass line. They're going to pay me for that dollar there, and they're going to pay a dollar there. Okay? So what does that do? That gives them the dollar. I'm going to take this dollar and put it back here and rack my winnings. So I initially started with the $2 pay. So if we go around and I hit 3 or 4 points and they keep taking these and I just keep replacing this, right? They keep taking this, I keep putting this. They keep taking this, I keep putting this. I'm not out any money. My initial $2 investment for the dealers give them this money. Now, if you've watched videos of my 90 videos, sometimes you see this stack over here, right? I'm paying out the dealers to see how it's going. Usually if I have a nice stack here, I'm doing pretty well, right? And that's all based on just these 2 initial dollars. That's it. So that's a fun, easy way to do it. You could put $2 here. You could put a nickel on each. That's fine, whatever you want to do. But I just think my initial investment of $2 usually pays quite a bit. So I like doing that. I know it's not a lot, and I know there's some whales out there that tip them $100 and all that stuff. I don't have that budget, nor am I, if I'm coming to a casino or I'm having 10 times my bets on my rack, right? Because that's kind of the rule of thumb. You have 10 times the amount of betting. So if I have a regular bet and a couple place bets out there, that's 1 unit. I should have 10 units here ready to go. I'm not going to add another $30 in there so that I can tip the dealers, but this usually will pay off, especially with a dice control thrower. That's a good way. Another way is the hard way. So we talked about a lot of times that if I go to grab the dice and they slip out of my hands and I have to come back and reset, I always have my ones over here ready to go. So I go, hey, I'm sorry, put a dollar on for the dealers on a hard way, and they usually pick the hard way, whichever one they want. But the hard way, our rule of thumb on all the years we've been going, dealers usually like to put stuff on the hard way because it wins a lot of money for them. The one thing I don't like about the hard way is it's not player control. This is player control right here. Well, meaning I'm going to give them the $2 because really I won that dollar. This is the one they're going to take because that is the bet for them. So they are going to take that every time. But this is my dollar, so it's kind of player control. I can decide to give it to them or not. Here, once they win, they're on their own. So it costs me $1 or a nickel, and they do what they want. Another really good bet is, if you want to invest it, is $3 on the all, tall, small, right? If they have a bonus, putting $3 across for them on the all, tall, small. That's really good because it pays off an extreme amount. It keeps them invested in the game too because they want us to hit all those numbers. And $1 on the all, tall, small is going to pay them 75. If we get all 3 for a $3 investment, they're winning a couple $100, which they enjoy. So I like them being a part of the game. So that's always a good, and I don't have to think about it. I put the $3 down, or even $1 on just make them all, whatever. But you'll see other people that are putting the bets out there for them too. So that's good that I want them invested in the all, tall, small. I like that. I like them invested in the hard ways. It also brings positive energy. If they're invested in us throwing well, they're going to make sure they're helping us to throw well, of course. I'll talk about that again tomorrow. So the last one is the place bets. And here's our place betting. If we're hitting a number, throwing $1 out there, or whatever, and I say player control. So that is my dollar out there, player control. And what does that mean? So if you put the dollar out here and they hit it and they pay that out, they take it away and that's it. And I don't like that. They like that because they want that money in the rack. They don't want to risk it. But I think that if I'm putting $5 out for them or $6 out for them, I say player control. And now make sure that the casino allows player control. Some don't. So if you don't want to, I don't want to have to keep feeding the meter every time I hit a 5. I got to put another dollar back out there. Once again, I don't want to think. So if I put them all out there, we're hitting a little bit, I made a profit, and I throw maybe the point is 10, and I put a dollar across. That's costing me $5. Then every time they hit, they get paid player control. They're just going to take the profit and put it in the rack, and the dollar stays there. So that's what I want to do for the dealers. I want them to benefit from a long roll. And I've seen these things go across and make a lot of money, get piled up with a 5, or then they're doubled up to a 10. Sometimes they'll press it. They can do whatever they want with the winnings. Sometimes they just press them. But I want those dollars out there once again, so I don't have to think about it. If I'm throwing, I don't want to think about their betting and their money making. I just want to go and throw. So if I put some bets out here and I have it on the pass line, they can win on every throw, and they're very appreciative of that. So those are the joys of tipping and betting. We want positive energy in the room, and making sure that these guys who are not making a lot of money are invested in our game and having fun with us. Nothing makes it better. So join me tomorrow where we're going to talk about dealers, why they're so important, why they're the mainstay of dice control throwing, and making sure that we have some good energy in the room. So join me tomorrow, and as always, no matter what betting strategy you do, the most important betting strategy is to tip your dealers. That way, when you're going to make them a lot of money when you throw for a long, long time.